Welcome back to Fox 2 News at 6. We want to take a deeper dive now into the significance of the Catholic Church electing its first American Pope.
And joining us now is Father Flowers from St. Louis University. Thank you so much for being here. And so for the first time in the Church's 2,000-year history, an American is selected Pope. That's a big deal. But talk about the significance of that.
Yeah, it's funny because it's this thing where on the one hand it's I understandably as an American and on all American Catholics we weren't expecting it. It's very strange. People often say, oh, an American would never be elected Pope because people think America has too much pride or power or any of these sorts of things. On the other hand, kind of fundamentally what it testifies to is that it's a universal church and that the cardinals in a very prayerful spirit thought that this was the right guy for this moment. And I think that's kind of fundamentally what it's about. Is it could have been from anywhere, and it's a delight that it's from here.
And were you surprised when you heard the announcement yourself, personally?
You know, I had heard his name a couple of times, and I knew he had a lot of respect, and I knew that he had a lot of international experience and other things like that. And so he wasn't out of the realm of possibility, but I was shocked. I was shocked when I heard it. When I heard the first name being said, I realized who it was.
Oh, yeah.
Because I realized, and I said, and I was immediately like, he's an American, he's an Augustinian. I knew who he was, and it was it was surprising.
And so this is a Pope who, born and raised in Chicago, spent time in St. Louis, has been on the global stage for decades. Yeah. How does all of that factor into how he will lead?
Yeah, I think, to be the Pope is to have care for the whole church and also the whole world. That's the goal. And so the fact that he speaks many languages, that he's lived in different cultures, that he knows people from all over the world, that he's led his own religious order, the Augustinians, internationally, it speaks to his ability to listen to diverse people, to understand, to not get caught up in the kind of localism that we can all be, the provincialism that we can all be caught up in, and I think that speaks very well to his qualifications.
And a lot of people say he is the perfect successor to Pope Francis, that because he shares a lot of his same views. Would you agree with that? That we'll see a progression, a natural progression there?
It seems like it it seems like that's what he wanted to communicate in his opening remarks. He really hit on a lot of the important themes of Pope Francis's papacy. He talked about dialogue. He talked about the church being for all. He talked about synodality, this word that's been used many times by Pope Francis. And so he seemed to want to emphasize that continuity, and he of course cited Pope Francis himself. So it seems like that's what he wanted to proclaim to us. A
lot of celebrations taking place. A lot of people are excited. What's next for this Pope?
Yeah, I was saying to some friends and members of my religious community that I can't imagine going to bed tonight with the whole world talking about you and just how strange this must be to have your life change like that. There's two big steps that are coming up for him. We don't know the dates yet, or at least I don't know the dates yet. There'll be a mass of inauguration in St. Peter's Square, and then he'll also have to go to the Lateran Basilica, which is technically St. Peter's isn't the basilica of the Pope. It's St. John Lateran. So those two masses will be the next kind of official things. But he also has to appoint people to his curia, and he has to make a lot of decisions very fast.
Something tells me he can do it.
Yeah, and we're all excited that he's from the Midwest and spent time in St. Louis, and we're going to dive more into that later on our newscast. Absolutely. So this is a big deal for the whole area and the world.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's really exciting, and it's unexpected, but a delight.
All right. Yeah. Father Flowers, thank you so much for being with us tonight and coming in and talking about all of this and the significance. We appreciate it. Well, our coverage of Pope Leo's appointment continues online. Just head to fox2now.com to learn more about him, his background, and the conclave's decision.